Hey, how's it going? This is Rob from Justin's Toys, and I'm bringing you another video on how to make a bracelet. This time I am incorporating pony beads, and these are color changing beads, so this bracelet looks pretty cool. Now this design is a combination of the double bead ladder, I believe, and the sailor's pinstripe because it is reversible. So as you can see, this side has vertical stripes all along the band. So I'm going to teach you how to make this. And as a bonus, I know a lot of you guys have been complaining to me. I am going to show you how to do this on one loom. So this video will actually require a transfer. If you have two looms, just set it up so that the two looms are connected side by side and you won't have to bother with the transfer part. But we are going to get started. So just like any other bracelet, you're going to start with the arrow pointing away from you. And this bracelet actually is kind of like a starburst as far as how you make it. Since I am making it on one loom, I'm just going to start on the outside because this end is actually going to be transferred back up to here. And I'm just going to go all the way down the line and then come back in right there. Go all the way down the line and come back in right there. So I am just going to do that really quickly. And I will be fast forwarding. Alright, so this last one over here, I'm bringing back in. And this one. And I'm bringing this one back in too. Okay, and at this point I'm going to pick my sequence of colors. And what it's going to be for me is yellow, neon orange, orange, pink, purple, teal, and then blue or turquoise. And that's going to be my sequence. So starting with that first color, look more organized. So again, I'm following this color order. Alright, now that I've reached the end, I'm actually going to prepare a whole bunch of pony beads that I am going to have on rubber bands. So I'm going to show you really quickly how to put pony beads onto rubber bands. Alright, so to put these beads onto these rubber bands, what you're going to do is you're going to grab the rubber band and then you're going to grab the bead and you're going to pinch this rubber band so that it's as thin as possible. So have it hanging out like that much, and then you're going to weave it in. Alright, and once it's hanging out just a little bit, you can actually take your second bead and put it right next to it, and then push a little bit more, gently at a time, and then you'll see it come out of the other end. And when it comes out the other end, you just pull it a little bit, and there you go. Now your setup's complete, and you're going to do this about 20 times over. And I'll be right back. Alright, so I have my pony beads set up, and what I'm going to do at this point is I'm actually going to put these over these two pegs on the same color band. So as you can see, this band is orange, so I'm going to grab the orange with the beads, and the beads are actually going to go on the sides of these bands in the center, in between this band and these pegs. So as you can see, the beads are right there. And I'm going to pick my next color, which is pink, put that over. Next color is purple, and the purples, stretch it out, put it over. Next is teal, next is turquoise, okay, next is yellow, next is light orange, next is orange, next is pink, next is purple, next is teal, and the last one is going to be turquoise. And I want to move this on the outside. Alright, so we're not done yet. We actually still want to take a cap band. So if you know what a cap band is, you're actually going to loop it. You know, so it's double looped. That's what a cap band is. And you're going to put it over that first peg over here. And then on top of that, now you also want to grab another rubber band, that same exact color. So orange. And then I'm going to put it over these three pegs. So this triangle right here. Next color is going to be pink. Put that over as a triangle. Now this one, the purple, over like a triangle. Teal. And this one's orange. And the last one. Alright, so at this point my whole entire setup is complete. So I can actually begin looming. And I'm going to turn my whole entire loom around. And starting from this bottom peg. Alright, so what I'm going to do is this whole entire center part first. And I'm going to go in front of this cap band right here and grab just the orange. Okay. And I'm going to bring it up and over. Now once I bring it up and over, the next thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to pull this triangular orange right here, the front of that back down so that it goes over, and then I'm going to go in front of all of these bands and grab the pink and bring it up and over, and then bring this pink down, and I'm just going to do that all the way down the line. So as you can see, this technique is kind of like the sailor's pinstripe, except you don't have all 3 rows to worry about. Alright, so now I'm done with the middle row, and now I am going to do the sides, and these I have to do 2 at a time. So I'm bringing that white up from in front of that double capped one, bring it over itself, and then also on the other side I'm doing that one, bringing it up and over itself, and at this point I'm grabbing that same orange that I pulled back and I'm bringing it back even further. Actually, this one didn't even need to be here, but we'll just rip it off later. Alright, so again, now I'm going in front of all of these bands right here except this white one, and I'm bringing that up, over, same exact thing, the mirror image on the other side, go in front of all those bands and grab that bottom white, bring it up and over, and pull these down. Alright, this one again in front of all those bands, get down, get that white, get around those corners, go in front of all of these bands, grab that bottom white, get down, up and over, and then bring this down. Okay, in front of all of these bands here except that bottom white, bring it up and over, in front of all these bands, up and over, bring that tail down. Okay, and we are just going to continue this process all the way down the line. Alright, so we are on the last one. Okay, remember to bring that last one down too. Alright, so at this point you can actually start removing this bracelet from the loom, but it's halfway done, so start on this end, you know, the end that you started on, but you're not going to release these 3 pegs, the bands on these 3 pegs. So slowly, you know, one at a time if you can. Sometimes it's easier to just use your hook and go in there and grab them to pull them off. Alright. Alright, so I'm not actually going to take it off completely yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of these rubber bands onto this hook, and I'm going to hold them onto this and then refill this whole entire loom and then transfer this back onto this end. So what I'm going to do is take the hook, go into this first top right, or in the video top left peg, and face my hook going that way. Go in, rotate my hook so it's that way, and actually let me zoom in. So alright, so I'm taking my hook, I am gonna go down like that and then rotate my hook out, pull it up so all the bands are on it, then turn it in, go into this hole, back down that way, then turn my hook again, pull that out, and then go into this hole, and then I will have all the bands on this hook so it's ready to be transferred. So look close, in, rotate my hook, pull that out, okay, in, rotate my hook, pull that out, and then last one, in, rotate my hook, pull that out, and then at this point you can remove this whole entire part from the band, from the loom, and this is going to be transferred to the beginning of this loom after it's filled. Okay, so I'm not actually going to do the full loom because even for my hands or my wrist, I'm actually going to stop right here, this pink, and that would be enough to go completely around my wrist. So I'm going to start with pink, but before I do that I have to create the border. I'm actually going to put a double cap one. Alright, so I double loop that and I put it on. Alright, and then starting from that side you are just going to create a border like that. Alright, all the way down the line. It's not going to come back in, it's actually just going to go straight down because we're transferring. So the next color in this sequence is yellow. So yellow, neon orange, orange, pink, purple, teal, turquoise, yellow, orange, or neon orange. So starting from here, neon orange, working that way. Okay, now I'm back here. Teal, purple, pink, orange, neon orange, and yellow. Okay, so again, now I'm back here. I'm grabbing the beads and I'm putting them over. Alright, make sure that the beads are on the side. None of them are stuck in the center. Okay, next one's going to be neon orange. Orange. Pink. Purple. Okay, so that is actually the last bead that I'm applying, and now again I'm going to put this as a triangle over this, triangle over, okay. Triangle over. Alright, there you go, my setup's complete, and now I'm going to turn my whole entire loom around and I am going to transfer. So if you remember, I took it off from here, here, and here, so now I'm going to reapply it on from here, here to here. So if you look close, you'll see there's these two whites and then there's a turquoise in between. I'm actually going to transfer these 3 rubber bands onto this peg, and I'm going to do that by holding my hook. Make sure the hook's facing this way. I'm going to use my left hand and grab those 3 ends of the bands and then bring it up and over like that. Then I'm going to rotate my hook to unloosen those, and then I am going to transfer these 2 turquoise bands onto this center one. So again, I am gonna have my hook that way, use my left hand to get that other end. Okay, once I do that, I'm gonna come back down and unloosen those, and then the last one is gonna be 3 bands, 1 white, 1 turquoise in the middle, and then another white on the outside. Again, I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to use my left hand to grab one end, use the hook to help out with the other end, bring that up and over, and then that completes my transfer. Pull back a little bit, make sure everything looks right. If you did it right, it'll look like that. And now you're okay to pick up where you left off. Again, I'm going to start with the middle. I'm going to go in front of all these bands, grab that yellow from underneath, bring that up, and remember you're bringing this one down. Then go in front, bring the neon down, and I am going to do this all the way down the line again. Bring this down. Alright, so once I'm done with that middle row, I'm back to the beginning, going in front of all of those bands except that bottom white. Alright, pulling that white up, over. I'm going to go in front of all of these bands except that bottom white. Alright, oh, and over, and again I'm pulling that yellow back. Alright, so in front all of these bands, in front of all these bands, up and over, pull back, same here. Pull back. Alright, so you still have one left. It's going to be these on the outside. You're still going in front of all those bands and grabbing that bottom white, bringing that up, in front of all those bands, bringing that white up, and then over here you have this double cat band. You're going all the way down and you're grabbing those two from underneath, and you're bringing it up and over itself. And at this point you can actually just take your hook and put it in that, and we are done with the looping, and I can actually begin to remove this. Alright, so I'm going to start pulling off the sides and then pull out the middle, pull off the sides, and pull off the middle, pull off the sides. And since I have my hook there holding on to that last piece, I can actually just pull this off. Alright, so there you go. That is the complete pinstripe double bead bracelet, which is reversible. At this point you might want to go in and just rotate these pinstripes so they look nice and straight. Okay, and then you want to take a C-clip. This first rubber band right here that's hanging out, if you want you can rip it off. it's not going to make a difference. I like things to be perfect, so I'm just going to pull that off. The way I clip it is this rubber band, that was the end. I'm going to clip this double cap band just like that. Okay, and then the other end of this C-clip I'm actually going to clip onto this orange part right here. This center band that's right here, the last rubber band on there, these two ends of that orange is actually what I'm going to connect this to. Alright, and then once that's done, you can just turn it to the reverse, the pinstripe side, make sure everything's straight, and it appears so, except occasional few. So I'm actually rotating it so it's perfectly straight, and then just spin it a little bit, and then there you go, it is done. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share your photos. Go onto my Facebook page, Facebook.com/Justin's Toys, and let me see what you made. Thanks.